Corporations in the private sector can make an incredible difference in attacking some of our most challenging social problems today.
BCG is a really global, diverse organization. We've got operations in 50 countries, and we work not only with governments and social sector organizations to help meet the Sustainable Development Goals, but also many of our private sector clients, and we work across all industries. So BCG is having impact and helping to drive action across most of the Sustainable Development Goals. But when I think about the one that's closest to my heart, it's SDG 17, it's partnerships.
So the public-private partnership that we have that we think is a really innovative novel model is the one in Rwanda, where we work side by side with each other. We've created something called the Investment Accelerator in the Rwanda Development Board. The goal is really to put in place a completely new way of working.
It's a combination of BCG, working side by side with RDP staff, and getting sector expertise, and then understanding what a sector has to offer to a private sector.
We think it has great potential in being a strong contributor to Rwanda's economic journey.
We're just very naturally collaborative, and so we like working with other people. We're not looking to be at the center of attention. We're trying to enable others to be better. And in this world, people like us come and go. The impact has to last for years after, so this focus on enabling others really plays well.
Rwanda is ranked the 4th country in the world that has achieved global gender parity, and that also speaks to the fact that gender has become a very important part of our country. And there are many other indicators. Doing business, Rwanda is ranked the 2nd easiest place to do business in Africa. And so, having come from a difficult past, we're seeing results. And I think it shows that a country can come from a very difficult past like we did. And I believe that Rwanda is a beacon of hope for many countries, that you can actually rise from the ashes and claim a place in the world, even at the very ambitious part of indicators.
Partnerships in general for Africa are key for our development as African countries, not only for Rwanda, but for the whole Africa. Our ambition is to have a private sector as the engine of our economy. It doesn't happen overnight because you need to have skilled people, and in this case, we need keep teaching our people, training them in different areas, especially in technology, financial management, and so on.
Millions of young Africans arrive in the labor market. We need to find them jobs. Jobs can only come from private sector. This is why growing private sector is the priority of Africa today. If there is one single reason why we believe in Rwanda, is because of the investments that have been put into the education. We believe the single most important criteria for long-term development is the quality of the education.
Teach for All is one of the organizations that we support. Teach for All is a partnership dedicated to expanding educational opportunity. They're a network of local organizations around the world driven by entrepreneurs. But even Teach for All doesn't think about just their partnership of local entrepreneurial organizations. They're working with many other partners too, to think about how to build capacity and knowledge sharing around the world.
BCG has helped us with just the nuts and bolts of how we even structure a global network. As we think about what it will take to realize SDG 4, quality learning for all kids, we know that the problem of educational inequity is so complex, and that leads us to believe that in order to make meaningful progress, we're going to have to take it on in its full complexity. That's what these Teach for All organizations all around the world are working to do, galvanizing the rising generation of leaders in their countries to channel their energy into the arena of working with the most marginalized kids, asking them initially to commit 2 years to teach, investing in their development as teachers and as leaders, because we've seen that those 2 years of teaching, which are so important for the kids they reach, are also foundational for a lifetime of leadership and advocacy.
Climate changes and our profiles of a disaster change around the world, the private sector becomes an important ally in better helping society meet these challenges. Digital technologies offer a real opportunity to rapidly expand financial inclusion, to create opportunities for small, mid-sized businesses and new entrepreneurs all around the world. If you look at a company like Visa, and they set a big ambition now, it's been a privilege to help them think through their societal impact strategy. From working with the banks to working with the merchants to offering products that make sense in local contexts. Visa has that capability to do it. And that creates a great company, it creates a great stock, it can create a great societal impact, and it creates a great legacy for management. And Visa is an example of a company striving to do that.
Total societal impact is when a company uses its fundamental business strategy, all of its assets, capabilities, customer supplier base, and operations for the benefit of people, society, and the planet. The companies that are actually performing best on environmental, social, and governance metrics can outperform their peers on valuations by up to 19%. And the difference on margin, there are companies outperforming their average performing ESG peers by up to 12 percentage points. That's significant.
90% of businesses in the world are small and micro-enterprise businesses. As a global company, we operate in over 200 markets around the world. We feel that we have a unique opportunity to deliver great value to these types of enterprises that need it. The mission of Visa, in part, is to enable individuals, businesses, and economies to thrive, and that thriving is what we seek to do. Particularly with women-owned businesses, which tend to be the vast majority in the developing world.
Social impact has a heritage at BCG that long precedes me in this role. I think BCG's always had a sense that part of our responsibility is to try to make a difference in the world. Our purpose, unlocking the potential of those who advance the world, is really centered on making a difference for our clients, for our people, and for the societies in which we live and work.